What's up, guys? I found a quick and easy upgrade you can do for your interior for your GMC Sierra HD. Because of the points I have and the discounts they have for GM, I figured I'd buy a few extra things for the truck. Let's go ahead and check it out. So here it is. Part number is right there, and is made in China. This is a quick, not too expensive upgrade you can do. And I've already opened the box. Here they are. I wasn't even going to do a video on this, but I figured, you know what? I might as well just show you guys some of the stuff I do, right? Right now, I think it's like, what, 20% off, up to 25% off on some stuff on GM's website. And that way you can go ahead and get some of those nice upgrades, accessories. And you guys see what this is, right? This is literally for the brake pedal, and this is going to be for the gas pedal. Now, installing these won't be easy, but it will be worth it in the end. Now, it did come with this paper here, and I'll be honest, they say installation directions are available, but whenever I look for them, I can never find them. But let's go ahead and see just how easy this is, because I might have stretched that a little bit. Sometimes when I've done this in the past, sometimes I'll slit this right here on some of the edges to see if I can get it on there, but I'm going to try not to do that today. Now, I do know you might need some soapy water. That might help a little bit, but I might try a few things differently today. Let's go ahead and get started. Pulling this one off is pretty easy. It has like a little lip on it like that, and all you gotta do is just pull up on it. And try to always remember how you pull things off, because typically when you pull it off, that's how it should go back on the opposite direction. So pulling it this way, and it seems like the top piece is coming off a little bit easier. So I'll probably start from the bottom right here. Sorry, I'm not even showing you guys. But yeah, pull from here. It's coming off a little bit easier. So this should be the last part to go on. And then on the side here, it comes off. So we'll probably put it on the sides. Wow, you see all this dirt here? This is from when I went mud bogging. I'll never do that again. But yeah, this is obviously not bad. But hey, when you have such a nice interior like this, you want to have a little bit nicer pedal. I mean, look at that guy. That looks so much better for sure. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to get this thing back on. So here's what we're going to do. As I said, we're going to put this back on the opposite way that we took it off. I also have this tool here. We're going to try something. I've never done this with a tool like this before, so I'm just going to pull back on the top of it. So as I said, the bottom of it is going to be easy because you can just pretty much slide it on here like so. So the bottom is done, and then on the side here you can pull the lip out like that. And because I have this tool, this one might be a little too big for this job. Yeah, it might be too big for this job. But you know what? I kind of stretched out this piece, so let me try it one more time here. I guess I want to pull it off on the edge, as far off on the edge as you can go, like this, and then pull up on it like that. Okay, so let's see if I can hold it like so. Oh, I lost that edge again. Let's try it one more time. So far so good. So bottom piece is on, and I can pull the side of this really easily like that. And again, now we gotta, oh nice. See, now I have the top of it up. So let me go get my flathead screwdriver, and we're pretty much done with this one. And then like I said, you just want to make sure you get every edge around this pedal. That way when you're going down the road, this doesn't slip off. Alright, so I have my flathead screwdriver, so it's gonna, just like I said, pull up on the sides of this thing here. Oh yeah, there it is. Get over there. Nice. Okay. Now I did pull out the very top of it, and that's okay. I think it might be better to start in the center here. Yeah. See, I just lost my side again, but that's okay. Yeah. Be careful. This a little bit of a sharp edge too on the pedal if you have sensitive hands. Now, I have not used any water or soap. Just keep that in mind. All right, so I have a little bit of it. You can hopefully you can see up there. I have a little bit of it up top here. And I just have to stretch it over. You can just use like your flathead screwdriver to keep pushing it up on it, like so. Like I said, I might have stretched the truth a little bit. This isn't easy, but it's not hard either. It's just, I call this meticulous work. Kind of like a puzzle almost. You see what I've done with my Phillips head on the side here? Oh. You can kind of see what's happening here. I'm twisting it. And I'll do the same thing up top here if I can. Oh yeah, right there. I just pulled it over the hump here up top. Nice. All right, let me just go ahead and just pull it up here, and then I'll pretty much have this one done. And 20 minutes later, it is on there. So you guys can see the bottom of it is good, top of it is good, and that ain't coming off. So if you want, you could probably heat up the rubber, because literally all I did, you guys see, I just pulled a bunch of tools out here. You really just have to stretch it out some. I kept stretching and stretching this on the top, and it literally just started grabbing a hold of it. So, yep, this side is done. So I'm gonna remove this pedal because my back's hurting, so I gotta take this inside now, and it's cold out here. So I'm just gonna unplug the pedal here, and there's 2 bolts. I'll let you guys know the sizes of them. There's one at the very top, one at the bottom right there. They look like number 7s, but I'll let you know exactly what they are. You're gonna need a 10 mil. I would go with a deep socket for the top bolt, but that's your bottom one. And then there's a better look at that plug. There's a red tab you have to push up on, and then push the black button, and hopefully, I wish I could show you guys how to know, but it's right there. You can kind of see at the very top. So you guys see what I'm doing right here, right? You have to bend out the rubber, and as I said, if you want to heat it up, I wouldn't necessarily heat it up in terms of like with like fire, obviously. I'm talking like warm water, getting it nice and loosened. So I'm going to wet this a little bit, put a little bit of soap, and I'll start going at this. But just so you guys can see right here, this is the top, right? There ain't much room on the pedal at the very top, hence why I took this off. I already saw this inside the truck and said, yeah, this is going to be even harder to get in. The accelerator pedal is always a hard one though, and that's why you always go with the brake pedal first, so you can feel good about yourself, and then you're gonna be pissed off once you try to put this one on. So let's go ahead and start at the top, and like I said, just keep stretching out the rubber. You can see, like when I first got them, I couldn't even push these over because they were kind of tight. So loosen it up as much as possible, and then that way when it comes time, like right on the bottom here, it's still like a little tight. So you want to just loosen it up, and that's why I think warm water will help a lot with that. Pedal is on, and you guys see it's grabbing a hold. I just ran it under hot water, peeled it back, started at the very top,
and then I went to this side first and just used my flathead screwdriver. It takes actually no time at all. When you take off the pedal, it's super easy. Now you won't take off that brake pedal because that one's a little bit more intuitive from what I could see down below, but the accelerator pedal, super easy, and we're done. I think this took me like half the time it took for the other pedal, simply because I could take it off. But all is well. This was actually a really easy install, and I recommend if you just want to spruce up your interior a little bit. It's just a nice little accent.
I just want to show you guys the finished product. You got to remember to plug in this pedal too, by the way. I'm not going to admit that I forgot to do that one time and was like freaking out. Like, why the heck won't my truck go? Because I didn't plug it in. So there it is. That is the completed project. I think that for the amount of money these cost and how easy it is to install, it's just a nice add to the interior. And personally, I like this grip a lot better too. I think they feel a little bit better and they just look cool. See you guys in the next video.